After what took place at Astroworld, Travis Scott began losing a number of business deals, from Nike to getting replaced at Coachella to Fortnite even removing his emote from their item shop. In addition to that though, Kylie Jenner has not been advertising her various companies on Instagram, which is reportedly costing her millions of dollars. Well, now it seems like things are only getting worse as W Magazine scrambled to pull the cover of their next issue that included Kylie Jenner and Travis Scott. Needless to say, Kris Jenner is not going to be happy about this one. But before we get into all of that, a word from our sponsors. Before we get started with today's video, I need to give a big shout out to not only today's sponsor, but also a hidden gem in the mobile gaming community. The greatest RPG mobile game of all time, Raid Shadow Legends. I've been a big fan of Raid all the way back to my time on Top 10 Gaming, and so we're thrilled to be collabing with them again. If you don't know, they have over 600 champions to choose from, and all of those champions have their own unique history and factions that they represent. Raid is also available on Android, iOS, and even your PC. Now, usually in fantasy games, the orc is the bad guy, but in Raid, they give you a really great reason to be on their side. After a brutal war annexed them from their lands, they saw an ally in Queen Eva of the Elves. However, despite joining her faction, the orcs have no idea what her true motivations are. Interested in finding out more? Well, then you gotta play the campaign for the full story. My favorite part about this new campaign, though, are all these cool looking orc characters that were added. I mean, you can clearly see that each one was created with its own personality and dressed according to their unique tribe. There's just so much happening in Raid this month. They have special events every day, more new champions being added, and don't even get me started on the brand new Guardian ring that gives you new ways to use your champion. And at the beginning of December, Raid is going to be releasing one of the biggest, most anticipated features ever. I mean, have a look for yourself. So if you want to get a huge head start in Raid, all you have to do is hit the link in the description down below and you'll get an epic hero, 200k silver, 1 XP boost, 1 energy refill, and 1 ancient shard so you can summon an awesome champion as soon as you get in the game. All of this treasure will be waiting for you right here, but act fast because the rewards will only be available for the next 30 days for new players. Once again, a big thank you to Raid Shadow Legends for sponsoring today's video. Now without any further delay, let's just get right into it. Getting right into it, like I just said there, we have reports that W Magazine had been scrambling to cancel the next issue that featured both Kylie Jenner and Travis Scott. According to page 6, W Magazine editors were in quite the panic after the Astroworld Festival tragedy. The photo shoot for their cover had already been done prior to the festival, but had not been shipped out yet. This left the magazine scrambling to make sure none of the copies got out to the public, over fears that they too would face backlash. One source told page 6, W editors have cleared any planned coverage of Travis and Kylie from their website, but the magazine was already printed, and now they are trying to stop the delivery trucks. They go on to say, in the light of what happened at Astroworld, the interview and covered lines seem inappropriate to say the least. Many people were critical of Travis Scott after the festival that was attended by Kylie and their 3-year-old daughter Stormy. A lot of people believe that he could have stopped the concert completely as soon as he noticed people passing out, but that he decided to go forward despite the chaos. However, a new spokesperson for Travis denied that he had any ability to do this. Spokesperson Stephanie Rollins-Blakes, a former Baltimore mayor, said to the press, I mean, this notion that Travis had the ability to stop the concert is ludicrous. They have a 59-page operations plan, and it clearly says the only 2 people that have the authority to stop the concert were the executive producer and the concert producer. She then goes on to say, he was not responsible for this, but he wants to be responsible for the solution, and I'm here to make sure that we can connect the dots and to make sure that this tragedy, that there's a lesson out of this tragedy, and something like this doesn't happen again. She also reiterated that Travis had no clue as to what was happening until hours later. Travis Scott defenders also always point to the videos of him stopping the performance to check on people in the crowd. Rollins-Blake added that even in stopping the performance, Travis could not fully tell what was happening in that crowd though. When asked about the grieving families and if there had been some communication between them and Travis, the representative said, oh, absolutely. She went on to say, he's reached out to all of the families, I've reached out to the latest unfortunate victim to let them know that in their time he's there, he's here to help if they want it. Nike was also another company that decided to postpone their sneaker collaboration with Scott, and after the 100+ lawsuits that have been filed against him, the writing is sort of on the wall that his career may be done, at least with corporations. I'm sure he will still have fans that will come out to see him and, buy his merch and stream his music on Spotify, but it'll be a while before you see Travis Scott pairing up with a big corporation like McDonald's or Nike. As always though, we would love to hear your thoughts on today's video, so don't forget to drop us a comment down below. And while you're down there, don't forget to check out that link in the description to claim your prizes with Raid Shadow Legends. Also, a big thank you to them as well for sponsoring this video, but for now, I've been your host, Johnny Rogers, and until next time, stay classy, YouTube, or at least try.